Hey, welcome back to the Hype Mind. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about insecurities as a guy and how that impacts women. It's really important to be aware of your insecurities, and here's the reasons why. So, as an insecure guy, you're not you're not going to be attracting good women, and if you are attracting good women, you're not going to keep them very long usually, unless they're really good to the degree where they want to help you change. But even then, that's not very likely, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, the big reason is guys who are insecure, they are going to be they're going to be taken advantage of. Women are going to walk all over them. Um, they're going to end up being abused, and they're going to end up dumped in the end. You are going to be a very low priority on her list, right? So the thing we're really going to talk about is that awareness of your insecurities and which women you associate with and how they make you feel insecure, and how you want to be very careful the way you play that out, um because if you're being insecure, then it's going to make you act needy and weak and as a pleaser and as a nice guy and as a simp, and you're going to end up chasing her and eventually chasing her away. And a lot of women will take advantage of that. They'll be like, well, this guy's like hooked on me because he's so insecure about himself that he can't live without me, or can't live without controlling me or trying to control me. And so, well, if he's not going anywhere because he has these insecurities, then I'm just going to use him, or I'm just going to dump him. And so as a guy, the mindset you want to have is, hey, I know this girl isn't good for me because the things she does makes me feel insecure. So maybe you met a girl, or you're dating a girl, or you're married to a woman who there's things she does that you don't like. Maybe she's always posting pictures of herself in her bathing suit on her Instagram, right? And you know that that makes you feel uncomfortable. You don't like that. You know, that's the kind of thing where you need to be like, hey, this woman isn't for me. She's she is triggering, might be the right word, or provoking, some of these insecurities in me, whatever they are. And the result of that is you try to control her more, you tend to chase her more, and that's just not cool. Like, she's not going to have any respect for you. You need to be like, hey, look, I love you, you're my wife, but it is not cool that you're posting this stuff for all these other guys to see. Like, all the attention you need is right here, baby. So if you're with a girl who makes you insecure, then you need to, one, become aware of that, and two, ask yourself, do I need to remove her from my life? Do I need to break up with her? I don't support divorce, but maybe, hey, I mean, I understand it happens. Like, maybe you're with the wrong woman and you didn't know that at the time, and now you know things you didn't, and you're like, wow, my wife makes me insecure on so many different levels. But that's the thing, is you want to be with a woman who doesn't make you insecure. And if you have a woman in your life who does make you insecure, and honestly, the same kind of works for women. If you're dating a guy who makes you insecure, then I think you need to find a new boyfriend. But so it works the other way around. I think it's just a lot more. I think it's definitely way more serious when it comes to the guy as the insecure one in the relationship. But when you realize that that person that's in your life makes you insecure, you need to be like, yeah, it might be time to take them out of my life, because you know what? If they're not, especially if you bring up your boundaries and you're like, hey, I don't appreciate this, or this makes me insecure, and she doesn't change that, that's when you're like, yeah, you know what? It's not good, because then that only spirals out of control worse than it already is. Because then you're like, hey, um, this is my boundary. And she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna respect that. If you don't walk away, now she's like, wow, I really don't respect him for not walking away when I blow off his boundaries. And that's only going to make you more insecure, which is going to make you weaker. And that's a turn off to her. The more insecure you are, the more needy you are, and the the lower her interest becomes. That's a turn off, you know. Like, I mean, nobody wants to be with an insecure person. Like, to some extent, you can tolerate it, but especially when it's guys, that's just not. Ugh, that's not attractive. So, gentlemen, please be aware of your insecurities. Um, and once you become aware of those, ask yourself, is that person who's making you insecure good in your life? And if you come to the conclusion that maybe they're okay to stay in your life because they're just, you know, you guys are friends, you're not actually dating, um, then maybe it's time to keep your guard up high and notice the behaviors that they do that make you insecure so that you don't sabotage yourself subconsciously by responding to the things that make you insecure, you know? So that's my tidbit of advice for you. Hope you learned something. Thanks for joining us today and have a good one.